power of habits. Do any of y'all have any habits? I believe everybody have habits. You have good habits, you can have bad habits. I believe most of us have both good habits and bad habits. But the power of habits, right here, chapter 21, Resisting Happiness, Matthew Kelly. The power of habits. Habits can have a massive impact on our lives, especially if it's a good habit or a bad habit. Just this is non-judgmental zone right here, but just make sure your good habits outweigh your bad habits, because that can have a huge part in shaping your destiny. Also, you don't want your bad habits to have a greater effect on you than your good habits. If your bad habits is being an alcoholic or a drug abuser, and no matter what your good habit is, that's I'm sure that's gonna have a significant impact on your life. Now, habits can be form of a routine, a ritual, or a rhythm in your life. It depends on how you develop your habits. Your habits can help you develop happiness. So if your habits aren't causing you to be happy, get your new habit. Um, um, some people have the habit of eating, emotional eating. Try to break away from that habit. That's something that I'm trying to do. Emotional eating. I would not consider that to be a good habit. Some people have a habit of going to the store when they're feeling depressed and spending money and buying things that they really don't need. Um, some people have a habit of worrying about absolutely everything at all times. So they worry about the war, they worry about stuff that they cannot control. Um, I don't believe worrying about stuff that we can't control can help us to become the best version of ourselves. Um, and some of us have a habit of feeling guilt for some things that we may have done wrong. Even though God has already forgiven us, we still have a habit of feeling guilty. And that can be a significant habit to break and also can be challenging, but I believe it can be done. We all have routines, rituals, and rhythms that are negative. They have power over us. They have central places in our story. They stop us from becoming the best version of ourselves. These negative patterns are so easy to into. Um, Anytime we fall into a bad habit, I believe it can distort us from having a good habit. Um, for example, if you have a bad habit of eating when you're emotional, then you're distorting yourself from a good habit of having a healthy, balanced meal, living a healthy, balanced life, and having a healthy and balanced body. Um, just by working out or walking every day or something like that can be a life changing habit, and it can help you live longer, help me live longer. We need to not think about just physical habits, but habits of our mind, our body, our souls. I have had a habit for over years. Every single morning I do or read or study something devotional where I devote myself to God. Right after that, I read or I study something motivational, and that's my daily habit for myself. And I believe that every morning, my early morning devotions and motivations help me to become a better person. And that's a habit that I feel that feeds my mind, my body, and my soul. And I do it every day intentionally and persistently. Um, but take an inventory of your life story. Um, and if an inventory of your life story um, tells you that you have been um, your life has been filled with bad habits, it's never too late to change into good habits. As long as there's life, it's never too late to change. Habits, good and bad, have an enormous impact on our lives. Write down your three best habits. Now write down three habits that you need to change. Okay, three of my best habits, I would say my morning devotion, my morning motivation, and reading books. My 3 bad habits, I would say, is emotional eating, not walking and exercising when I need to, and talking negatively or thinking things negatively about myself. Um, I try to do that less and less and less each day, but it is something that I need to stop doing. But chapter 21, The Power of Habits, Resisting Happiness by Matthew Kelly. It's a very good book. I hope you've gotten it and are enjoying reading it. Thank you so much for liking. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you for turning on that notification bell. I love you. I appreciate you. And I thank God for you. All is well. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And may my whole life prove that God is good.